All right, today's video, should you mound your watermelon plants just like this? All right, so on the back of your seed packets, it always says to heal or mound your watermelon plants. But I never knew why, so I did some research and I decided to make this video. Hopefully, it's not going to get anybody upset, because I had one person say, hey, you gotta mound your watermelon plants. They always say do so. All right, but we're gonna see. Now I'm gonna go over the benefits. First, one reason why we mound our watermelon plants is because we want the soil to be warmer. So if you mound it up, it's gonna quickly warm the soil up because it's elevated. All right, so that is one reason. If you're in the area and you're trying to get started on your melons a lot sooner, then mounding may be an option for you. Now, the next reason is for good germination. Now, that kind of goes with the last statement. All right, so if you want to get real good germination, if the soil is a lot warmer, then ding, 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 you're gonna get germination rates a lot higher. All right, so that may be a reason for you to mound your plants. All right, the next reason is for proper drainage. You want good drainage. You don't want your plants sitting in a pool of water, because that will drown your plants out and it's not going to be good for your plants. Then if it's elevated, then you know that gravity is going to help bring the water down, and this is going to be good for you. And that will alleviate any issues of pooling when you're watering or when you're having a big rainstorm. All right, so just think about it. All right, the next reason why mounding your plants may be good for you, it depends on your soil type. Now, if you have clay soil, and you know when you're watering in clay soil, that water is going to pool up for a while. It's going to take a long time before it goes down. And you, once again, you do not want your plants sitting in a pool of water. So if you got clay soil, chances are you want to mound your plants so you don't have that issue. Now, if you looked at any of my garden videos, especially with my melon plants, you would see that I do not mound my plants. I did this time because I wanted to make the video, and I'm dealing with a bowl issue and I wanted to try a couple things over here. But this is my only mound right here, and I still don't have, I'm having some small melons right now, but the mound doesn't affect the melons because they grow greatly because of what I just said. But let me take you over to another plant and I'm gonna show you what I did. It is not mounded. Let's go. All right, at this plant, it is not mounded. I did put compost all around it because I'm trying to make a bowl, because once I water, it's at a slant, all the water goes that way, and I want the water to seep down. And I will show you, I have a small watermelon over here, and I got more watermelons growing everywhere. But this is what I did. I made a bowl so that the water won't slide off. So if you having that issue where you're on a slant and time you water, all the water is going down, make a bowl around it. And then so you, when it rains, the water can stay in here, then it can seep down to the roots. So this is not mounded. Let me bring you in close so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so I didn't have the bowl here, and all the water was just rolling down over there, and the plant was not looking good. But once I mounded the, once I put the bowl around the plant to save the water and have it pool up in here and then seep through, it doesn't pool that long. But that's one thing you can do if you had a slant and all your good rainwater or all your good fertilizer is just going down. So you can check out the watermelon right here. So not having this mounded is working. But I'm gonna show you one more melon plant. So even though the seed packet says that you have to mound your plant, it just depends what you're dealing with and your soil type and your environment. You don't have to mound, because once again, if you've seen any of my videos, all my watermelons are not mounded. That's the first one I did in a lot of years. All right, let me show you this one. All right, this watermelon plant is not mounded. Now, you see I got bricks all over it, and I have voles and rats, field mice. So I had to cover my roots, the actual plant. All right, but if you look and you see, I do have a giant melon right here. And guess what? This plant is not mounded. So if you're thinking that you have to mound all your watermelon plants, you don't have to do so. Now, once again, mounding is great. I listed all the benefits. Oh, and it's also gonna keep your plants warm the longest with the sun, when the sun is out. So you can mound, or I just showed you, you do not have to mound. It depends on your situation. Make sure you know your soil type, and you can cut this step out if you have the right environment, the right soil. But if you want to go ahead and mound, then that's fine too. But you can grow giant watermelons without mounding your plants. Look, I'm just telling you the truth. But mounding is good or not to mound. And I choose, for the bulk of my garden, not to mound, and I can get away with it. But if you can't get away with it, then of course you already know you're gonna mound your watermelon plants. So I just wanted to put this video out. Please share the video so that everyone can know that you don't have to mound if you have the right situation. But I'll see you next time. Bye.